Today we will show you how we are starting our chocolate business. We're starting everything in our house right now, so I'm gonna show you everything from bean to bar. These are the beans that we're using. I bought these. I went to pick them up personally from an organic cacao farm about an hour and a half from here, La Iguana Chocolate. Fresh beans. They are fermented and dried, and right now I'm gonna roast them. That's step one. One day we'll have a professional coffee or cacao roaster, but for now we're doing it in the oven. Bye-bye. You can also do it in the stovetop. But
300 degrees.
well, I'm experimenting with different roasting profiles, so now I put a high temperature at first, just for 5 minutes for it to reach the center of the bean, and then I'm gonna lower the temperature for a little bit longer.
To like 200
duration.
or?
To 255.
Nice. So
So 5
300
minutes.
to 255. Welcome to our DIY chocolate factory.
This is the second step of our home chocolate making process.
Okay.
We are grinding the beans after the roast, so that after you will see I'm going to take a blow dryer to take the skins off of the beans.
Right, so in these beans, there's a little outer shell, and inside of those is what you would call like cacao nibs that you find at your health food store, which is just raw, or well, fermented, dried, and then roasted or raw, just dried cacao beans. So now Natalia is separating the nibs from the shells.
And this is a grinder you normally use to like make tortillas, to make masa, to grind corn or
And how long were these beans in the oven at like 250 degrees or 300?
total of 35 minutes
35 minutes.
at a pretty low temperature. So we'll see. This is the cacao now ground all together with the shells. So you would not want to grind this in the melanger with the shells. So I want to take the shells out now. That's the next step. So you'll see what it looks like now and after. So this is how we do it when you don't have other machinery. It's just getting all of the shells.
This is removing the very light shells from the nibs, which are heavier. So this is a very easy way to do it.
Seems pretty good. I mean, I still have a ways to go, but...
And if there's like a tiny bit of shells in there, it's
like
fine.
10%.
Yeah, you're just trying to get out most of, look, these big light shells.
Hello. So last night it got dark and we don't put lights on in nighttime, only at
And
night.
I was tired.
So we didn't film one step in between. After I blow dried off the shells of the cacao, I put it in a food processor to get it into a finer particle size.
Yeah, just like an average food processor that you have in your
I put
kitchen.
it in for a
Cuisinart.
while. You could see a little bit that the cacao butter starts coming out a little. And after that, I'm putting in the refiner, because the refiner, let me show you.
So this is the melanger. So yeah, all we did in the food processor is just grind it even finer, like you would do at home to make like a homemade nut butter or something, and then it goes in here.
It has two stones that grind very close to there's another stone at the bottom. So that's why I had to make it into finer pieces, or else I would ruin my machine. I want it to last long. So there we go. So it's been on since last night, like 8 p.m. So it's been almost like 15 hours or something. This is only the cacao beans. Tonight, after 24 hours, I'm gonna add sugar. But yeah, so I might show you that. It might be dark. I'm gonna
We'll do
dehydrate the sugar to make sure it does not have any moisture in it, because moisture is the enemy of chocolate. So then I will add the sugar here.
And this machine, this melangier, this is probably the only thing that is like a barrier to entry in terms of you here watching this, making chocolate at home. You do need a stone grinder. I guess you could make much more rustic chocolates.
You can make chocolate just with this.
Just with the Molino and a
just
food
with that
processor.
super rustic.
Right, but this is like in terms of chocolate bars that are all mixed.
To get the melt in your mouth feel and all
and
that.
to have a snap with just like your standard great chocolate bar, you do need a stone grinder.
I don't know if this is made in India, but they're originally from India, used to make like batters and nut butters. So I can make nut butter with this too.
Oh yeah.
I'll only use it for chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Let's take a quick break from just the recipe how-to portion and talk more chocolate facts or philosophy. What do you think is the most not known part about chocolate, about like consumers eating chocolate, that more people should know?
Where chocolate comes from. How is chocolate made? Comes from a tree, from a fruit. And there's a crazy process behind it. But just the fact that chocolate bar is so separated from cacao. I mean, it was for me, for most people.
What is the most like devastating or unfortunate part of the commercial mainstream chocolate industry?
Child labor in Africa. I mean, cacao is native to South America, not to Africa, so it's very sad over there. The growing conditions, like it's all a monoculture, and the farmers there have no idea what, like they're working this crop and have no idea even what chocolate is. They've never tried chocolate.
And in a traditional like Hershey's Kiss, what percent cacao is that product, do you know?
I think I need to look it up again, but I think for a product to be called chocolate, it only needs to have like 4%.
Oh my gosh.
I think.
I thought it'd be like 20%.
I have to look it up. I think to be
Something
a
like
dark
that, something
chocolate,
pathetic.
it probably has to be like 16.
Really?
And for just chocolate, it needs to be like 6%, or else it needs to say chocolate flavored. I'll look it up and get back to you.
It is time to start making the chocolate bars. So last night we just took this, well, it's in a peanut butter jar, but this is just sugar. We get like, here's the package, organic whole sugar cane. And we have sugar cane growing, so eventually we will make our own, but this is good Costa Rican organic sugar. And we just put it on a tray in the oven just to dry it out a bit for like 15 minutes at a low temperature, like 150 or 200 degrees. So we just dried out the sugar a little bit, and then we put it in a food processor to do a pre-grind just for 15 seconds in the food processor, and then we threw that sugar into the melangier, into the grinder with the chocolate the cacao that had been grinding for 24 hours, and now it's been grinding in there with the sugar for now a total of like 36 hours, and it is ready. So the amount of sugar that we use, it was about 1,000 grams of cacao, and we used about 300 grams of sugar, which makes a total mass of about 1,300 grams as the entire thing, 300 of those grams being sugar, which is about 25% of the total mass, which is why these bars that we're about to make are gonna be 75% dark chocolate. The other 25% of it is sugar. Here we go. Natalia has decided to play Viking chants during this chocolate pour, and Maggie so obediently waits outside of our chocolate making room because chocolate is toxic to doggies. Stay there, Wagitas. Here's our little makeshift chocolate studio. This is the granite tempering slab. We have temperature gun, the molds, the pouring station. Skål!
And adding the leftover chocolate from last week.
Yeah, we had some leftover from last chocolate making session, so we heated it up in a bowl over some hot water, adding it in. Now begins the tempering. So we just poured the chocolate from there into a bowl, and now tempering reduces the temperature of the chocolate, and it allows the bar to have a nice snap to it. So this is just like about 1 minute, right?
Could be longer.
2 or 3.
You just gotta keep checking the temperature.
Right. So what temperature are you trying to get it to?
82. It's at 119 and we have to get it to 82. I didn't check the temperature of the slab, but normally it's like 79, 78.
It says 88. $91. So you only temper a portion of the chocolate, then you can mix it with the
I mean, we're tempering it all, but
right.
I'm lowering the temperature of one portion of it, and it acts as the seed for the rest of the batch to temper it all.
Nice. Temperature has been lowered. The chocolate is ready to be poured into our pouring device and into our molds. On the scale, so they're all the same weight. So first we're doing no flavor. Or actually, maybe we will put it on the bottom. Nice.
Can you turn the fan off?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like the other one.
Taking out the air bubbles. Just sprinkled some cardamom and black pepper. That'll be the flavoring on the bottom of the bars. Now they go into the freezer for about 15 minutes. Next flavor, lavender bee pollen. And here's our bounty. Some of the bars finished, taken out of the molds. Some still in the molds, cooling under the fan. Look at how beautiful these are. Wow. And we sell these bars for about $3 and the large ones for about $5 each, and we'll sell these little ones for about $1 each at our farmers market tomorrow. Let's go check in with the chocolate maker. How was that for you?
Great.
Any last
Super
words?
more smooth than last time.
Yeah, it was smoother. Any last words for the people? Inspiration?
I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah, it's tiring. Now we
No, just waking up early because we have to wake up early when it's cooler.
yes.
So I'm ready to go back to sleep.
And now the process of cleaning the stone grinder takes a little while. And as we continue to make chocolate making videos over the months and years, you'll see us get even better equipment,
Transform.
better tables, better setup, because it's all about efficiency and we want to produce a lot. Much love.
Stuff. Let us know if you have any flavor ideas.
Yes, in the comments.